And I want to be very respectful, but at the same time, I cannot compromise the truth of what I came here to say today. I'm going to say what I got to say. When I'm done, I'm done. If I can do it in an hour, great. If it takes an hour and a half, great. If it takes 2 hours, you got to make a decision whether you want to stay to the end or leave. Got that? So then that's your decision. You decide what you're going to do. I ask Allah to give me the juice to say what I got to say.
And if you sit here and say it in yourself, that nigga's crazy. That's teaching hate. I ask you, the God that you have in your mind, whoever that God may be, is that the God that killed Pharaoh? I want to know that. Is that the God that crushed Egypt according to your Bible? Because that's the God I'm interested in. Did you know Elijah Muhammad said, black woman, that there's no such thing as a bad black woman? Did you know that? Now, what does that include? Some of our sisters sell crack. Use it. Some of our sisters run the street, don't they? What do you mean there's no such thing as a bad black woman? That has to be explained, does it not? Then if she's not bad, then who carries the weight? Huh? Let's not pretend. We were dealing with that earlier. Let's be honest about what we know. Don't talk like you know authority on God. How the hell are you going to be an authority? You authority on God? Okay, then explain to me, why did God allow us to come into slavery? You got contact with God? Explain that. Explain it. Why did God allow white people to bring us in this country by the hundreds of millions? Don't talk to me about no damn Holocaust in Nazi Germany. That dwindles into total insignificance. And that's not putting the Jews down in contrast to this. How many sisters, how many black women like you, sister, gave birth to babies forced and raped? And you knew your baby was going to live a lifetime of slavery. How many times did it happen in America? How many times, brother, was he used as a stud or lynched on a tree or burned? That there's no record of. How many times did it happen? That's just physical brutality, not to talk about the mental brutality. Now, the other question is, how did we survive this? Why are we even alive? Now, what makes anything that you gotta do interesting if you gotta do it? You ever thought about that? Have you ever thought about boredom? And what makes you bored? What makes you disinterested in a subject? You don't care nothing about it. Have you ever studied why you don't like it? Because that tells you something about yourself. That's your duty. Duty is what you owe yourself just to stay alive. Some people call me scholar. I'm going to tell you straight up, whoever gets this tape, hope I don't offend you, going in my second year in the nation, I was so impressed over Brother Wilfred coming to Lansing, Michigan, teaching us for 2 or 3 hours, didn't pick up a note, didn't bring no books with him. He came by, he just came in his car, got out of his car and went to teaching. I was like, wow. So his brother, Brother Philbert, told me over dinner later on that night, he said, he looks so smart because you're so dumb. Yeah, I said, yeah. So if you call me scholar, I'm not a scholar. I'm just a man who believes this teaching 100%. And I've studied it. I'm like my big brother. I don't have to get up with notes. I always talk. They just talk. I'm just talking to you. You know what I mean?